Do you want to be taken seriously as a business owner and not have an email that has @gmail.com or @yahoo.com, but instead want to have an email like @yourdomainname.com or support@yourowndomainname.com or even your name @yourdomainname.com, and you want to do this for free? Then this is the right video that you need to see. And by the end of this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to set one of these up, how you can get your own domain name with your own email, and I'm going to show you how to do this for free. My name is Vic, and I've actually made videos in the past showing you how to do this. It's actually my most watched video on this channel so far, and I want to thank you for all of the love that I've gotten. Appreciate it. I thank you so much. This is just an updated version of that. The biggest update is that this is not free for all countries. Now I know in the United States it's still free, but other countries I'm not so sure. So if you are watching this from a different country and you realize when you go through these steps, if it's not free, just comment, hey, this is not free in this country. But if it is free, then comment that it is free in this country. And that is that. So the common way that people usually do these is they'll go to a site called Google Workspace. So let me type in Google Workspace, and let me go to this link that's not sponsored. And basically what you would do is, if you know what you're doing, you will go to pricing at the top. You will go to starter or standard. So ultimately $7 per month per user. That means that if you have a domain name like support@victor.com, for example, then that is one user. So you get to use Gmail services, you get 30 gigabytes, but you have to pay $7 per month per user. If you have another user like info@yourdomainname.com, and then another one like your name @yourdomainname.com, and another one like support@yourdomainname.com, and you have 3 different people looking at that, then that's 3 different users, and that's 14 times 3. And you can see how all this can add up. But I'm gonna show you how to do this for free. It's a little bit more steps, but at the end of the day, it's gonna be very, very worth it. Just follow this and you'll be good to go. The site that you wanna go to is zoho.com, ZOHO.com. And I'm gonna have a link to this in the description. So when you go to zoho.com, first thing you want to do is on the right side, go to Mail. Then when you go to Mail, click on Pricing at the top. You see the menu options at the top right, click on Pricing. And then from there, this is where you see the prices, but that's a trap. What you want to do is you want to keep going down and look for where it says the Forever Free Plan. Now, if your country does not have this, say this is not free in whatever country you're in. But if it is free, let me know that it's still free in this country. I'm in the United States right now, so it is still free, where you can have up to 5 different users for free. So let's click sign up now. All right, so now when you are signing up, you want to put your name. So it could be your regular name, no worries, and then your email address. So this would be your personal email address for your Gmail, or it can be an email that you start for your business. So I'm gonna start an email for my business for the purposes of this video. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to a new tab and go to gmail.com. So if you're already signed in, just go ahead and sign out and then create a new account. So I'm gonna click on create an account here, and I'm gonna say for personal use. And then let me actually create a Google account. So I want to develop a new business, and I'm gonna call this Vic's Zoho Tutorials. So Vic's Zoho Tutorials. This could be your business name if you already know what it is. But for now, I'm gonna call it Vic's Zoho Tutorials for purposes of this. And then my last name, I'm gonna leave it blank. A quick tip is if you're struggling coming up with a name for your business, then you wanna go to a site called NameLix.com. So NameLix.com. You can go ahead and get a name for your business. So what you would do is, I don't know what kind of business you would do. Let's say, for example, I'm doing website creation services. So website creation services. So you're describing what you're doing here, then click generate. For name style, click auto, hit next. And then for randomness, you want to do medium, hit next. And then brand info, just click generate. And then all of a sudden, a bunch of names will come up, and that is what is available. And you could choose from any of these names. And another reason why I like NameLix is because if you hover on top of these, you can see this check mark. The .com means that .com is available. So apparently newworldsites.com is available, which is wild. But if you don't see a check mark on the top right, then that means it is not available. So that is something to look for. But you don't have to get .com. So let's say, for example, if you like this name, makemysite.com, for example, and it's not available, you can probably go to makemysite.co, and that will be available as well. And I'm going to show you exactly how to get your domain names in a second. But yeah, this is a place where you can go to if you're struggling to come up with a name for your business. But for now, I'm going to call mine Vix Zoho Tutorials. Click next. All right, and then from here, I'm gonna put my birthday in. I'm not gonna put my actual birthday, but something very close to it. All right, and then it says choose your email address. So let me see. I don't like these, so let me create my own Gmail address, and let me do Vix Zoho Tutorials. This better not be available. At gmail.com. Click next. All right, it's available. Great. So then create a strong password. So I'm gonna put a password and hit next. All right, then it's asking you to add a recovery email. I actually recommend doing this. This would be the regular email that you always check. So this is the one that you always use all the time. And this is good in case something happens to your new Gmail, then this recovery email will be able to see that and you can use that to recover your account. So I'm going to put my regular email and I'm going to select next. Then it says review info, say next. Then from here, data reprocess, all this. So what I typically like to do is I like to click on more options, go down, and then, hey, don't save my web and app activity. Do not show me personal ads because they can get your information. And YouTube history, don't save my YouTube history in my Google account. But if you turn this on, you can save your YouTube history, but a lot of the echo chamber type of content where you see one content and you get like 1 million of the same thing after seeing that on your homepage, that will be there if you turn this on. So it's up to you. But for now, I'm going to turn this off. Say I agree. You can always turn it on in your settings if you want to. All right, so I am good right here. And if a pop-up comes asking you to put this email in a new profile, then say yes, because you definitely want to have a new profile if you're using Gmail. But I'm using guest mode on my computer, so I don't see that right now. But the most important thing is that I have this new email. So Vix Zoho Tutorials at gmail.com. So I'm going to right click and copy that. And let me go back and let me put that new email right there. So I did all that just for this. Password, put any password that you want. This will be the password that you use to sign up to your Zoho account as an administrator, because you're going to be an administrator when you do this. Then click on I agree with the terms of service and privacy policies, something nobody ever reads, but everybody complains about. All right, then it's going to ask you for your OTP, which means one-time password, and that will be going to this email right here. So let me go ahead and click there, and that is that. So I'm going to right-click copy, and then right-click and then paste. Okay, so now we are in Zoho Mail. So now the next thing that we want to do is we want to actually add our domain to Zoho. So to do that, you want to click on add an existing domain. So click on add now. And at this point, you need to provide a domain name. So if you don't have a domain name yet, I'm going to show you how to do that right now. But if you already have a domain name, then put it right here. So to get a domain name, I use a service called Namecheap. You can use GoDaddy, you can use anything that you want to use, but I use a service called Namecheap. So I'm going to go to namecheap.com. Been using them for over 10 years and they've been really good to me. So from here, I'm going to put a domain name. So what domain name do I want to use? I want to call it, instead of saying Vix Zoho Tutorials, I want to call it Zoho Tutorials. I'm going to take that .com. Let me see if that's available. And wow, it's available. That's crazy. Nobody got this. So zohotutorials.com. And it's available for $9.98 a year. But if you have a brand new account, then it is $6.49 with this code. That is for brand new accounts. But I'm going to click add to cart right now. And then once I do that, I'm going to skip all this and go on the bottom right and click checkout. Now, before I click checkout, if you are trying to get a domain name and let's say like zohotutorials.com is not available, then just scroll down here and look at all of the other ones that's available. Like the most common ones is like .co. So zohotutorials.co, if that's available, get that. Just get it. Like these days, the .coms and stuff like that, that's no longer like people are accepting now that you don't have to use .com in your domain names anymore. A lot of people use .ai at the very end now. A lot of people are using is a new thing called .so, which is more advanced. That's another thing. There's .io. So you don't have to have .com. It's the most common one, but you don't have to have .com. That's all I'm saying. But for this one, I do have a .com. I am going to use that. But if you're hell bent on having .com, and if it's not available, then you could put like the Zoho Tutorials. You could put the word the in the beginning. Or if you have an online store, then you can add like store at the very end if you want to put that as your domain name for an e-commerce account. So you can always have ways to go around that. But it's just good to just have the name in the beginning, and then that's what that is. Mine just have to be available. So I'm going to click on, I already clicked on add a cart. So let me go and click on checkout on the bottom right. So now that it's there, it's going to ask you how long do you want to register your domain. If you have like your own name, like vicorydaisy.com or like whatever your name is, .com, then you want to do that for 10 years. You want to have it as long as you want. But if you're just doing a business that you're not even sure is going to succeed or is temporary, then do 1 year. And that is basically like what that is. So I like to just do 1 year, see if it works. And then when you renew it and hopefully you have money at this point, then you probably want to do another 2 or 3 years. And that's what that is. Domain privacy, make sure that stays enabled all the time and it will automatically renew. This just protects your address when people are searching for who owns your domain name, because by law, it has to show who registered for this domain name. And domain privacy allows your address to not be shown, but it will show another address. So you want to keep that enabled. And that's it. Then from there, your promo code, don't add this yet if you have a new account because it's not going to work. Namecheap has this little quirk about that. I'm going to show you in a second how to make it work. All right, so go to confirm order. So click on confirm order. And then from here, you want to log in to an account or create an account. So to create an account, you just want to put a username and password and all that. If you already have an account, then just put username and password right there and you are good to go. I'm gonna assume that you don't have an account at all. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create an account. So for the username, you can go 2 ways around this. If you're just gonna have this one domain name, like zohotutorials.com, and that is the end of that, then your username would be zohotutorials.com. Sorry, your username would be zohotutorials without the .com, and then that is that. However, I use Namecheap to hold like 5 to like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 domain names. Basically more than one. So if you want to do that, then your username needs to be something more generic, more like a business name, for example. So it can be your own name or it can be whatever your holding company is, for example. You want to do that. That's what I have actually for Namecheap. I actually have a name, which is my name, which is my username actually. And all my domain names that I have is under that. So you can do that as well. But for the purposes of this example, I'm just going to use the name of the domain name for now. All right, and then you want to create a password, first name, last name, email address, and let's go from there. So first name, you want to put your actual name. And an email address, this will be the email address that you got from Gmail, which is this one right here. So VixZohoTutorials.com. I should have just did ZohoTutorials@gmail.com. Now that I'm thinking about it. So VixZohoTutorials@gmail.com. I might even change that later on another day, but for now, let me keep this. And yes, sign me up for Namecheap's newsletter and marketing communications. All right, now it's telling me to prove I'm a human. Okay, that's a new thing. All right, I gotta add my password one more time. Oh, maybe because I'm doing it from a guest account. That's why it's acting like that. All right, so now that I'm here, company name, job title. So if you say you're registered on behalf of a company, you can put that there, but I'm not. And then you put your address and then hit continue. All right, so now I have continued. It's going to have like the registrant, administrative, technical. So this is all part of that law I was talking about, where you have to have all of this different information to know who to contact. And so I have my address obviously blurred out. But if you're going to change any one of these, you might change the billing contact where you can add a new contact for your billing, and that's that. But for now, I'm going to keep everything the same. Scroll to the very bottom. It says save this configuration above to my default checkout settings. I will click that and then hit continue. Then from here, it's going to ask for your card information. If you don't have a card, then you can use PayPal. But yeah, just make sure you get that in. So then right here, it's going to ask for your billing address. So make sure your billing address is correct. And then at the very bottom, it's going to say automatically renew my eligible new services before expiration recommended. So after 1 year or however long that you use to reserve your domain name, it's going to automatically renew your services using the same card information above. If you don't click this, then it's going to give you reminders to say, hey, your thing is going to expire on this day. It's going to expire on this day. You can go ahead and manually renew it. I personally don't like to keep this checked because I don't know if I'm going to have this thing after a year, and I don't want a situation where a year comes and then my domain name automatically gets renewed where I'm not even using the business anymore. So I would keep that unchecked. But this very bottom here, I do want to keep this check. Save my configuration above to my default payment settings. Hit continue. So now it's going to show you a quick overview of everything, and you're just going to pay now, and that's how much it costs per year. However, if you remember at the very beginning, there was a discount code that was applied for new users. So what you would do is on the top left, click on the logo that says Namecheap. And now I am back here to square one on the home page. And then what I would do is I would type in the domain name that I wanted again. So mine was zohotutorials.com. So it's going to say it's available right now, but once I fully reserve it, it's not going to be available anymore. But you can see this discount code right there, $6.49, $4.69. So I'm going to highlight this. So click and highlight it, right click and copy. So now that I have that, let me go back to checkout on the bottom right. From here, it's going to ask for the promo code. And then you put it here, right click and then paste. And then the price should go down, boom, right there. So now it's gone down to $6.69. The reason why we didn't do it in the very beginning is because you actually have to have an account set up before you can use your promo code. So that's the reason. So first you had to set up your account and then go back and add a promo code a little bit later on. It's a little quirk that Namecheap has. All right, so then go to confirm order on the right. And then just hit continue all the way until you go to the very end. It saves all of your card information. And then right here where it says pay now, now is $6.69. You can scroll down if you want to see any information if it's correct, but it's just basically an overview of everything. So once you're done, just go ahead and click pay now. So once you're here, click on the X if you don't want to give a review, and oh, that's crazy. Your order failed to complete, and the reason is because what happened? What's going on? It says your account is not eligible to use this coupon as a similar coupon may have already been used on an account of yours. Oh, okay, so Namecheap, so basically Namecheap looks at your IP address. So if you had an account with this IP address and then you use the coupon code, and then let's say you create a new account, but you're using the same IP address, basically using the same computer or the same internet, then Namecheap actually knows that you're kind of gaming the system, and they're going to automatically refund you your money, which is wild. So I actually have to go back and actually get this domain name again, but use a regular price. All right, I guess. So let me go and click on Namecheap right here. Click on the logo. And let me reserve the email again, zohotutorials.com. All right, click add to cart, click checkout. So this time, no promo code. All right, so click confirm order. My card information is already there, so click continue. And then now click pay now. So this has no promo code. So this is going to be $10.18. So I'm paying $4 more. All right, so now I am good. Thank you for your purchase. So now I'm good to go. So now I have my domain name. For me, it is zohotutorials.com. So now the next thing that you want to do is you want to click on manage, this first manage button on the right side, and it takes you to your dashboard right here. And this dashboard is going to be very, very important in setting up your email. But the first thing I want you to do actually is at the very, very top where it says Zoho Tutorials or whatever your username is, go ahead and click on sign out. And then now click on the left side, the logo that says Namecheap, click on that. And the reason why we're doing this is I'm showing you how to re-log back in whenever it's time to log back in. To log back into Namecheap, on the very top, you go to namecheap.com, very top, go to sign in and then put your username and password, which you just created. And then click on sign in. And it's going to ask you for a verification code. That's what I was looking for. So make sure that you go back and look for the verification code right here. and you want to look for the very, very top that says confirmation code. There's one that says immediate verification required for your domains. I'm gonna get to that in a second, but go to confirmation code at the very top. So when you're here, right click on this code, say copy, and then put the verification code right there, paste, submit. So now you are in your account. So these are all the domain names that are here. And there's a little thing that says you have 15 days to verify contact info. And I'm gonna show you how to do that right now. What you do is you wanna go back to your Gmail and then go to your inbox, and there's a little box right here, very, very important email that says immediate verification required for your domains. Click on that. When you click on this, you wanna scroll down where it says click here to verify your email address. So right here, this line right there, click here to verify your email address and agree to the registration agreement. So basically, if you don't verify your email address, then your domain name will not work. Basically, people go to that website, it won't work, zohotutorials.com, or if you're trying to send emails using this domain name, it will not work. So that is very, very important for you to do. So now if I go back to Namecheap, so let me go back to Namecheap right there. This will still be here, but it will go away. Give it about 24 hours. This will go away because I've already verified it. And that's what that is. So then now I'm back in the dashboard, and you want to go on the left side where it says domain lists right here. So on domain list, it'll have your list of domains. This is the only one that you have. For me, it's zohotutorials.com. And then afterwards, I've already verified contacts. If I click on that, it's going to say we sent you an email, but I've already done that. But on this drop down right there, click on the button that says manage. So now I'm on manage, and this is a very, very important place. Next thing you want to do here is you want to click on advanced DNS on the top right. So click on advanced DNS, and we're going to come back here in a second. So now let's get out of here. Let's go back to Zoho. I remember Zoho. So now we are back. We did all that to come back here. Let me go ahead and move my face real quick. All right, so now provide your domain name. The domain name I got is zohotutorials.com. And then your organization name, I'm gonna call it Zoho Tutorials. And then industry type, I would say education. Is education there? Yeah, education. Boom. Add now. This domain is not allowed in Zoho. What? Why? Because it says Zoho Tutorials? I can't add that? So let me say VIX. So VICS. So I can add this. I'm not allowed to add that. Okay, so let me see. So I can't have the word Zoho in the name. Let me see what it says now. That's crazy. Okay, so I didn't even know that. And this is what happens when you do things for the first time. So vixtutorials.com added successfully. Wow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back. Okay, so let me actually go back and, man, this is tough. So let me actually go back, and I actually want to get a refund for this domain name if I can, but it is what it is. So let me actually go to Namecheap on the top left, and let me add another domain name. So vixtutorials.com. That's what I wrote, right? It may not be available because, oh, it's available. Wow, it's available. I lucked out. So let me actually save this. So let me go to add to cart and then go to checkout. So lucky me, I lucked out. So vixtutorials.com. Yep. All right. So apparently you can't put the word Zoho in a domain name and use Zoho to register your email, which is wow. I never knew that. All right. So now I got this vixtutorials.com. Let me go ahead and click on manage on the right side, the first manage button. Now I'm at my dashboard. If I click on domain list, now it has a couple of domains right here. And let me click on manage. So I might get a verification email that says verify this new email, vixtutorials.com. It may or may not come, but if it does come, then I obviously have to verify it. All right, so I'm back in my domain list, and let me click on advanced DNS on the right side. Now I'm back here. Okay, now let's go back to Zoho. If I want to change this domain, just click on change this domain, and you can change this domain right here to whatever it is. So ultimately, now that I'm here, after all that, now that I'm here, Zoho needs to know that you actually own this email. And to do that, you need to add what's called a TXT record in the DNS. DNS means domain name system. It's like a big address book of all domain names. So basically, Zoho needs to make sure that you actually own this particular domain name. Mine is vixtutorials.com. So I need to add a TXT record. Just follow these steps right here on how to do that. So for me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight this @ symbol and click on right click, copy, and then go back. And now I'm on my advanced DNS tab. So under host records right here, you want to click on the trash cans right there on both of them. Click on trash can one more time. Now you have no records found on the host records. So you want to add a new record. Click on add new record. And then you want to add a TXT record. All right. The host is the @ symbol right here. You can also leave it blank as it says right here. You can leave this blank if you want to, but I like to do the @ symbol. And then as for the value, just click this box to copy it, and then come back here, and then the value, right click, paste it, and then hit the check mark right here on the right side. That's it. All your problems have gone away. Nah, you just gotta wait a little bit. And what Zoho is trying to do is to verify that it does work. It's probably gonna take maybe like 30 seconds to about 2 or 3 minutes. So if I click on verify TXT record right here, it's not working right now. So give it maybe like, a minute or two.
A few moments later.
All right, it's been literally 60 seconds. So I'm back on here. So let me click on verify TXT record. Boom, I'm verified. So it took no more than 60 seconds for all this to get done. All right, so then now what is your login email address? So this is your super user. So I'm the first user. This plan allows up to 5 users. So the super user, the administrator. So what is my email address? Whatever it is, it's going to end up at my domain name. So for now, I'm going to put support. That's actually one of the most common ones, especially if you have a business, you can put support, or you can just put your name. So victor@vixtutorials.com, you can do that, or you can do info at, whatever your domain name is. This doesn't change. So I'm actually going to do victor@vixtutorials.com. I'm going to do that. But you can be anything. Support, doesn't matter. And you can add up to 5 for free with Zoho. That's my name @yourdomainname.com. The user has been set up, and I can add up to 5 users. I do have a video coming up later on that I've never showed before that's going to show you how to add users, add and delete users, and which ones to make administrators or not. But for now, I'm going to keep this as it is. And on the bottom right here, or on the bottom, look for where it says proceed to set up groups. Click that so we can move forward. All right, so these are groups. So if you have a group of emails in an organization, you can create a new group. I'm not doing that right now, so click on proceed to DNS mapping. And this part is extremely important. So if you don't do this part right here, then you actually cannot send or receive emails. So Zoho knows where you have registered your domain name. It says we have identified your domain manager is Namecheap. Click in to log into your account. Then it's going to give you the steps of how to do that by clicking here for more detailed instructions. So if I click there, it's going to show you step by step exactly how to set up all of this. But since you're watching this video, I'm going to walk you on how to do this right now. So you want to go to MX Records right here. And to do that, go back to your Namecheap right here. We're back on the Advanced DNS tab. And then you want to scroll down to where it says Mail Settings, this section right here. What you want to do is click where it says Mail Forwarding or Email Forwarding. Click there and then go to Custom MX. Custom MX, click that. And now you want to add your custom records. So there are 3 of them that you have to add. So the record type is MX, which is already showing. The host, all of them is going to be an @. So let me right click, copy. And then on the host, you want to do @, or you can just do the @ symbol from your keyboard if you know where it is. Next, this first value, click the box to copy. Value, right click, paste, done. And then the last box is priority. So for the priority, it is 10. This is very important that you look at this. So I'm actually going to say 10. I don't have to right click and copy that. I can remember 10. All right, so click on save all changes right here. Then that's done. So then you want to click on add new record right here that appears. Go back, do the same thing. So @ symbol right here, come here, paste, value, click this box, copy, boom, paste, go back. Priority is 20, right click, copy, right click, paste. All right, and then hit save changes, boom. And then go to add new record one more time. It's an MX record. And then I'm just gonna click this box and copy it. And then when I go to host, right here, I know where the @ symbol is, the shift and number 2 for most keyboards. And then right click, paste, boom. And then the priority is 50. All right, so hit there and then click on save all changes. All right, so now all that is saved. The next thing you want to do is go back and there's an SPF and then DKIM record. And if you highlight that, it will tell you what this is. But basically, this is to help your email not be a spam email. That's basically what that is. So the host, once again, is an @ symbol. So let me go back. And from here, I actually want to scroll up to where it says host records. And I'm going to click on add new record. And the record I want to add is a TXT record. All right. So then let me go back here. And as you can see, I need a TXT record type. The host is the @ symbol. So let me go ahead and do @ again. And then the value is you want to click this button here. And for most people, click the first box. If you have another email that you're using like Bluehost or GoDaddy, not GoDaddy, SiteGround or any other hosted platform, and look at your records and see if there is a SPF already there in the value. If there's one already there, then click the second box. But if you're just setting this up for the first time, you're just gonna click this first box. That's what it is. So click the first box, copy that, go back here and then paste the value, boom, done. And then hit save changes. So that's your SPF record. And you gotta add one more record and that's your DKIM. So this is this right here. So the type of it is a TXT record. All right, so let me go ahead and click on add new record. The record type is TXT. The host of it now is not an @ symbol, but it is this right here. So I'm gonna click and copy that. So click this box, copy it. On the host, right click, paste. And then the value, you gotta write all this one about, I'm playing, no, you just gotta click this box right here and copy that. And then paste the value, hit save changes, and that's it. So that was the most important part right here. Now, if I click on verify all records at the bottom, it will not immediately work. Once again, give it about 30 seconds to about 2 minutes, then it will work. But for now, I'm gonna click on verify all records. And as you can see right now, if you can look behind this box, there are 3 of them that are green and 1 of them is red. So the DKIM record does take about 2 minutes, 2 to 5 minutes to work, but everything else is good. So let me click on OK, and let me actually click on verify all records to make sure, okay, now it's been verified successfully. So for me, it was quick. You just wanna wait until you click on verify all records and then it works. All right, all records have been verified successfully, we're good. Click on email migration at the very bottom. So this right here is where you can migrate emails. So if you have a Google Workspace account or if you have any other emails that you want to migrate to Zoho because it's free, you can do it at this option. And I do have a video that's going to show you how to do that later on. I don't have that video yet, but when you do see it, it will appear, probably appear, it would appear when you do see it. But for now, I'm going to go back and click on proceed to go mobile. So I'm skipping all this. All right, and then just click this button right here that says click here to download our mobile apps and organize your organization on the go. I'm going to show you in a later video on how to use the Zoho email app because I actually do use that all the time. It's actually one of my most used apps, and then we can just go from there. But right now I'm not doing all that. And all this white space is literally there for no reason. On the bottom right, on the bottom, click on proceed to setup completion. You are done. So now you can send and receive emails with Zoho Mail. So all you gotta do now is go to click on Admin Console on the bottom right, click on that link. It's gonna tell you to take a tour, but click on the X right there. And that is it. So congratulations, you have just set up your Zoho email. And this is your administration dashboard or your admin dashboard because you are the first user, you are the main admin. This is where on the left side, these are the domain names that you have. You can add another domain name, but if you do that, then you gotta go to a pro plan and actually pay for that. And we're not gonna do that because the goal for all this is to be free. Then you can also add more users and you can do some other stuff too as well. But the main thing that you want to do though is you want to go back to your admin console. You want to go back to your admin console and let's log out of this. So on the top right where it says profile, click on sign out. All right, so now I've signed out. So to get back here to this place, let's go to Zoho.com. So when you go to Zoho.com, you want to click on sign in on the top right. All right, so once you're there, put in your email address. You can put in the new one that I have. So like Victor at, for me, it was VixTutorials.com, or you can put the Gmail or Yahoo or whatever that you used before that you used to first sign up. So for me, that was, I think it was VixZohoTutorials.com. Oh, sorry, at gmail.com. Either one will work. So this admin can, oh, I missed the S, my bad. All right, and then put my password in. And then review your location details. Make sure your time zone is correct, actually. So let me do Eastern time zone. That's where I'm at. Oh, state, my bad. I want everything. All right, so update. All right, so now click access my account. And so now when I see this, go to mail on the right side. And then this pops up, and this is actually how you can check your mail. So let me actually, on the bottom right, click on where it says skip. The next video, I'm gonna show you how to actually set this up. But to go back to your admin dashboard, you just want to go and click your image on the top right here, and then go to admin console. And now I am back at this admin console right here. And if you always want to go back to this page every single time and not do the steps I just did, you want to click on the star. There's usually a star on the top right of this URL bar right here, and then add this to your bookmarks. But because I'm a guest account, it doesn't show it right now. But yeah, you want to add this page to your bookmarks. And the domain name is actually mailedadmin.zoho.com. But add this to your bookmarks, and every time you click that link, it may tell you to log in. If you log in, you come right back here, and that is what that is. And so finally, we are back here. And if you want to go back to where that mail place is, where we're just at, you want to go to mail.zoho.com. And this is actually how you check your mail on your desktop. Mail.zoho.com. You want to take this and you want to click on the star at the very end, not where it says Google Lens, but there's a star that appears there, and you want to save this also to your bookmarks, because on the next video, I'm going to show you exactly how to set this up. And if you made it to the end with all the quirks and everything, I appreciate it. That's what happens sometimes, but now you know how to set up your free email with Zoho. You probably paid maybe $10 for your domain name, but setting up the email, you don't have to pay $7 a month anymore. You ain't gotta do all that. So click on this link right here when it appears. It's gonna show you how to set up your Zoho Mail so you can get emails just like how it looks like on Gmail, and you'll be good to go. So when it appears, go ahead and click there. And thank you for watching this, and let's get it.